As I picked up the old, dilapidated doll in the dimly lit antique store, its cloudy eyes seemed to bore into my soul. The store owner leaned in, his voice barely above a whisper. "Cursed, they say." I couldn't resist, and little did I know, I was about to be drawn into a nightmare beyond imagination. Join the journey, don't miss out. Like, subscribe, and be part of our amazing content. Your support means the world. Let's get back to the story. I glanced at the old, dilapidated doll, nestled among a jumble of forgotten relics on the antique store's dusty shelf. Its eyes, once bright blue, were now cloudy with age, and its porcelain skin was marred by decades of neglect. As I picked it up, a shiver ran down my spine. There was something undeniably eerie about this doll, something that drew me in despite my instinctual fear. The antique store owner, a wizened man with a crooked smile, noticed my interest and said, "A collector's item, that one. Dates back to the early 1900s. Said to be cursed, they say." Cursed or not, I couldn't resist the pull of the doll's history. I decided to purchase it, and the owner wrapped it carefully in old, crinkled newspaper. As I left the store, I couldn't shake the feeling that the doll's glassy eyes were fixed on me, following my every move. That night, as I placed the doll on the nightstand in my bedroom, I noticed how its gaze seemed to pierce the darkness. It was unsettling, but I dismissed it as mere imagination. I turned off the lights and tried to sleep. Around 2 a.m., I was startled awake by the sound of faint, tinkling music. I sat up in bed, straining to locate the source of the eerie melody. It was the antique doll. It had come to life. Its tiny, porcelain fingers were turning the miniature key in its back, winding itself up. I watched in horrified fascination as the doll began to move. Its eyes, once dulled with age, now glowed with an unnatural, malevolent light. It stood on its tiny feet, its porcelain joints creaking as it lurched towards me, its frilly dress rustling ominously. A cold sweat drenched my body as the doll crept closer, its gaze locked onto mine. It whispered in a voice that was both childlike and sinister, "Play with me." My trembling hands fumbled to switch on the bedroom light, but when the room was bathed in illumination, the doll was gone. Panic surged through me as I scanned the room, but there was no sign of it. For the next few nights, I was plagued by the haunting melody and the doll's disturbing appearances. It seemed to be toying with me, manifesting in the most unexpected places, on my pillow, at the foot of my bed, even in the bathroom. As my sleep-deprived mind unraveled, I delved into the history of the doll. I learned that it had once belonged to a little girl who had died under mysterious circumstances, her spirit said to have possessed the doll. I knew I had to break the curse. I returned to the antique store, seeking answers from the old owner. He revealed a chilling truth: the only way to break the curse was to return the doll to the girl's grave. I set out on a chilling journey to find the long-forgotten burial site. At the graveyard, as I laid the doll on the girl's grave, the earth seemed to sigh in relief, and the doll's haunting gaze softened. The eerie melody faded, and I knew that I had freed the girl's restless spirit. As I walked away from the graveyard, the antique doll remained on the grave, now just a lifeless relic of the past. The curse was broken, but the terror it had inflicted upon me would forever linger in the recesses of my memory, a reminder of the spine-tingling horrors that can dwell in the most innocent of objects.